very, very unique it was. The breeze was so beautiful, and we saw many ripe leaves, yellow color leaves falling. It was like a shower of leaves from the trees. Nature is repeatedly showing us how bountiful and how generous it is to us. The human mind can create an atmosphere. The human mind has got the capacity to create a conducive atmosphere, and the same human mind also can create a very disturbing atmosphere. The mind of the human being is the arena. It is that region or the playground where entire world's activities can come and take place. And this mind is formed, the mind, the content of the mind, the storage in the mind is formed by number of things which pass through the five senses. These five senses, Panchendriyas, Shrotram, Chakshuhu, Sparshanam, Rasanam, Ghranam-evacha. Shrotram, Chakshu, Sparshanam, cha Rasanam, Ghranam-eva. Shrotram means the auditory sense. Chakshu means the visual sense. Shrotram, Chakshuhu. Sparshanam is the touch sense, tactile sense. Rasanam is the taste sense. Granam is the olfactory or the smelling sense. So the mind has got a place to store certain things. So these five indriyas, they supply the information. They are called the input. The input. So, for example, when we go to school, when we learn something, earlier we did not know, for example, we did not know what is the capital of a particular country. We did not know the capital of the country. So we went to school and learned the capital of the country. How did we learn it? We either saw it in the book and read it, or somebody who taught us, they told us. Then it went through the years. They pointed the country, they pointed them, then it went and sat into our mind. Then it became our memory. And at any time in our life this can come up. This knowledge, what we have acquired now through the senses, it can come up at any time. So this is a very wonderful faculty which we have got. But consciously I can recollect also if I want to, and I need not recollect if I don't want to. Something comes forcibly, some memories come on their own, they keep coming, and some memories we have to scratch our memory and then bring them back. So all these things put together form the human mind. So the human mind has got the capacity to recall, put it into practice, make a new atmosphere, recall a very disturbing thing, and then start dwelling upon it. Somebody came and said, see, this pen is beautiful, no? This pen is black pen is beautiful, no? Please don't talk about the black pen. I have got a very bitter experience with black pens. Finished. The moment the black pen is called the law of association. This is called the law of association. The moment you see one thing, you remember something else. So this keeps on triggering so many thoughts. So in order to make this mind beautiful, in order to make this mind always conducive to entire mankind, not just for ourselves. Our mind, whatever thoughts come to our mind, they should be conducive to the entire atmosphere. Our speech should be helpful to the entire mankind. Not only mankind, even to the other species also. So this happens only when we meditate upon beautiful people and characters like Hanuman. When we meditate upon Hanuman, our qualities will also improve, will come. Whenever we think of Hanuman, we think of the good qualities. So slowly our mind becomes tuned to good action only. Yesterday we saw Ashtasiddhi. Ashtasiddhi we saw the 8 different types of supernatural powers. So yesterday was the same Chaupai had Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi ke Data. So this Navanidhi is not known to many people, nor has it become very in the parlance also. Navanidhi people very rarely talk, but Tulsidas has used the word Navanidhi. So the word Nidhi means a hidden treasure. The word Nidhi means hidden treasure. So Navanidhi means in the olden, if you see the Puranas, especially the Markandeya Purana, in that Markandeya Purana, and in other Puranas also, there is a mention that the Lord of Wealth, who is the Lord of Wealth? Kuber Bhagavan. Kuber. So Kubera, who is not a Devata, Kubera is from the Rakshasa family. He is the half brother of Ravan. Because Ravan's mother and Kuber's mother were wives for the same father. So they are step brothers. In one particular Purana, they say it's step brother. In another, it says that Kuber was the father's brother, Ravan's father's brother also. There are different versions of this. So in this one, we find that most of the versions is Kubera is the own step brother of Ravan. So Kuber was chosen as the Dhana Devata. Dhana Devata. Dhanada. Another name for Kubera is Dhanada. So Dhanada means one who gives wealth. So he was the treasurer for the Devatas. So what are the treasures? What are the treasures he is going to hold there? All precious things will be with Kubera only. Everything, whatever is there precious in this world, will be with Kubera. So this Kubera was keeping those treasures, and he will use it whenever the Devatas needed them. So Brahmaji had selected Kubera, although he was a Rakshasa, he had some good qualities. So Kubera was chosen as the treasurer. You might be remembering that during the Rajasuya Yajna performed by the Pandavas, Pandavas performed a Rajasuya Yajna, very big Yajna, where lot of people were invited and then lot of feeding also was done. At that time, they wanted a treasurer for the Rajasuya Yajna. Somebody has to be Khajanchi, Khajanchi, somebody is there. So then they went and asked Krishna, who shall we make the treasurer? Krishna said silently, you must make that person treasurer who has got the fortune that when he spends more should come. Some people's hands are like that. When they spend more, then more keeps coming. They spend more. So who is that person who will definitely spend more? Somebody who wants to make this yajna a failure. Somebody who wants to make this yajna a failure, he only spends more deliberately. So you give the work of Khajanchi to Duryodhana. So Duryodhana was the treasurer of the Rajasuya Yajna. Krishna knew, the more he spends, the more money will come. So he was, similarly, Dhanadaha, Kubera was made the treasurer of our Devata's wealth. Among those treasures which he had, there are Navanidhis which were there in the Kubera's hold. These Navanidhis have got names. They are called as Padma, Mahapadma, Kunda, Mukunda, and then Makara, Kachapa, and then Shankha, Kricha. Like this, 9 Nidhis are there. Why they are called? They are called Padma means it is in the form of a lotus. Now you will see in Tirupati also, there are some murtis where Padma and Shankha you can see as 2 deities, 2 devatas. So the meaning of the word Padma and Shankha and the Kunda and Mukunda, these are all different meanings which are of different things. For example, Padma means lotus, Shankha means conch, Kunda means it is one particular flower. So like this we have different. Kachapa means tortoise, Makara means crocodile. But actually they have another meaning. These have got another meaning. The crocodile-like capacity, tortoise-like capacity, lotus-like capacity. So these are all indicating capacities. So this treasure is from a Vidya. It comes from a Vidya. It's called as Lakshmi Vidya. The one who is initiated into the Lakshmi Vidya, he will get these Navanidhis. And when these Navanidhis, even one Nidhi if it is there with the person, then for 10 generations he need not bother about wealth. Automatically wealth will become. So another, for example, Padma, Mahapadma, if he has Mahapadma, he need not worry about children. Automatically he will have children and all the things will be there, along with wealth. So these Navanidhis, Sita Mataji, when she blessed Hanuman, she said, Hanuman, you have come and done a very great seva to Sri Ram and to me also. Therefore, Ashta Siddhi Navanidhike Data Asavardina Janaki Mata. this particular boon was given to Hanuman, that you will be always, in your capacity will be the Ashtasiddhis and the Navanidhis will always be with you. Hari Om Tat Sat.